So we are live. So I've kind of recovered from last night, and in the true entrepreneurial spirit, I ain't no quitter. So we shook off the hangover and we'll get back in the game. So we're here with Stephen Turner, FitTribe.
Stephen Hunter.
Oh, Hunter! Oh, fuck, that would be the hangover.
Cut,
edit. Stephen Hunter.
Hunter, yeah.
Hunter. See, I thought I was going to keep calling you PT. Stephen Hunter PT.
Stephen PT.
You know, from Facebook. Yeah. Every time I tag you in or reference you, or it's always Stephen Hunter PT. So yeah, welcome. Me and Steve are going to go behind the cider and the banter tonight. And yeah, we're going to go right back to the start.
Okay.
East Belfast?
East Belfast, born and bred.
Born and bred.
Just in the shadows of the Cranes, D Street. I never remember what they're called. There's always been a controversial. Is it
David and Goliath?
Is it David?
Yeah. Well, that's the controversy, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is the other one then? There's David and Goliath, or
it's not.
Samson, is it?
I think Melon. Anyway.
But, yeah, but there you go.
Yeah,
There's the confusion. So what extent did you leave? Because where's FitTribe at?
So FitTribe at the moment we're based in Portaferry.
Portaferry.
That's where we are at the moment. We're all looking to expand, but at the moment we're in Portaferry. So.
And was it always in Portaferry? That's where.
Well, no. So we moved down to the peninsula about probably 6 years ago.
Yes.
So there's been always a bit of a journey to get down to here. But we came down to the peninsula, and I started off in a very small gym in Kirkcaldy.
Yes.
Just renting it out.
Yeah. And what's the population in Kirkcaldy?
I don't want to offend anyone.
Yeah.
So a couple of thousand, like,
it's
very
small,
very small.
There's no competition.
No, there wasn't. And then from there I went to, we were living in Portaferry.
Yes.
So then I rented out a site in Portaferry, in the Portaferry gym.
Very good.
These gym hub, very good gym in Portaferry, if anybody's in Portaferry. And I rented out a small site there.
In the gym?
In the gym. Just in the gym. So they just charged me.
They had a gym.
Exactly.
You rented a bit of space.
Exactly. They charged me straight. I brought people in.
So you specialise in classes then? Or
I specialise more in the one-to-one PT.
Got you.
And very small groups, so I wouldn't really do the big large 30 to 40 boot camps. That's not my kind of thing. I'm more the small group, so between 1 to about 6 people within a group.
Yeah.
Which allows me to be more specialised.
Absolutely. And it's not bodybuilding or anything, it's the cardio side of things,
No, it's all functional training.
Functional
training, so that's your weight lift, your kettlebells, your barbells. I do very little cardio because I'm of the great belief, Gareth, that we live in a very nice part of the world down here.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you're coming to see me for training, or you're coming into my gym and paying me your hard-earned money,
Yes.
right? I want you to be doing stuff that you cannot do yourself. Anybody can jump on a bike and cycle, anybody can go down to the beach and run, or go for a walk.
Yeah.
So when you come to me, you're doing something totally different.
Yeah.
So if you come in the FitTribe, you would see there is not one single piece of cardio. There's not a bike, there's not a treadmill, there's nothing. I believe in training smart, and therefore if you're lifting a kettlebell and swinging it, there's an aspect of cardio in that as well.
Yeah. So how what's your unique separation? You know, how are you unique? Is it calisthenics or something? Is it all body?
Well, it's functional training would be what sets us apart.
Yeah.
So functional training is focusing a lot more on educating people how to lift weights properly, educating them how to lift kettlebells properly, and doing various movements that you wouldn't be used to.
Yeah.
So the functional training would be is what sets us apart from.
So would you have like sports athletes complementing their discipline with your stuff? For example, you know, like would footballers come to increase their cardio,
exactly.
or is it purely aesthetics? People just
No.
to look good. It's to complement their own.
We have never really went down that road of people coming in looking to pop their abs out.
Yeah, right. Just a pure vanity training.
I've been training for 15 years. I've never seen my abs. Right? Never seen them. So that's just something we do. We don't go down the road of bringing you in for a 6 weeks program to get shredded or ripped.
No.
It's totally impossible.
So functional training. So for example,
if a football came to us, Gareth, we would be able to improve their stamina training, their speed training, how high they can jump, how fast they can go from A to B.
Or like a jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Exactly. Yeah.
You could increase their strength.
Exactly. And
their grip.
Yeah, and another example would be I've just finished working alongside a couple of clients who were taking part in the World Irish Dance Championships.
Right.
So we had 6 of them that came with us for 8 weeks, and we were training them again in their stamina, training them in their acceleration, endurance, in their flexibility and mobility. And then one of those clients placed, I think, 6th or 7th within her chosen category in the World Dance Championships, which was fantastic for us.
Very good.
So it's all about that different style of training.
Yeah. So how did you get into you know, because you find a lot of guys just drift into bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How did you drift into functional training? What?
So I was always in the training as a kid.
Bodybuilding kind of thing, or was it like?
It was more. I was never a bodybuilder, but I was always in the weightlifting, weight training, but not the heavy side of things.
Yeah, you just wanted to increase your weight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it's all about for me. It's all about, you know, things like increasing your bone density, increasing your muscle mass, and that's basically that's what we do. We want people when they get to the age of 60 to 75 that they can get off a chair. Like I see people, Gareth.
I know.
Even people in there at my, I'm 47. Even people in my age, and you go into the house and they're struggling to get up off a sofa, and that's from lack of training. That's from your muscle mass and your bone density decreasing. So what we try and obviously, my interest has always been, and for me, even for me, training is not to get to that stage. So when I get to 75, 80, I can still walk. I can still.
Because a lot of people they compromise their bodies for the personal goal, the results, and then they get older and they're like, is it really worth it? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll definitely rant there. I want to go right back to the start. Because, well, I'm actually glad that we touched on, you know, all that fitness and stuff, because just whenever we've been chatting off camera and organising this, your, what would you call it? Not your physical health, your physical like ailments, your physical kind of conditions that you have been diagnosed with and battle to get up every morning and get to your gym and do your classes and do your own training. That was the bit that I wanted to explore. Because, you know, everybody
likes a good meaty story of pain.
Fucking right.
just someone who's really bad. Like, It's like driving past a car, you see a car, you want to look at that car. You see it in people, you hear what people say.
When you popped your knee,
I
was like, what? I was like, talk to me about that. Because people struggle with motivation to go to the gym, and if they really had a think to themselves, they have it easy. You know, there's people that, you know, like yourself, you know, people think, you know, you started the gym, you know, that's easy peasy or whatever, and then see when you dig a little deeper and you know, you can explain it better than I can. How could you? I know you're looking at your third hip, and your knee. So talk to me about all that, because that just inspires me. That whenever I think I'm having a bad day to get to the gym, that I ain't got all this shit going on. Talk to me about it.
So, Gareth, whenever I was very young, I'll go right back to the start.
Go right back to the start. We're not going anywhere.
Right. So I was around, I think I was 3. I was actually 3 years old whenever my parents noticed that I was dragging my leg as I was trying to walk. Right. To cut a very long story short, that stage I had a couple of X-rays, I had a couple of tests done, and everything was clear. And then one night, it was actually I remember Mum telling me, it was a Friday night at 7:30. There was a knock at the door. It was actually the consultant who had done the X-rays and said something's been detected in your son's X-rays, and he needs to go to the hospital immediately tomorrow. So that was at night.
He called to your house.
Now you wouldn't get that now, right? So he was up at my door, right, and said he needs to go to the hospital tomorrow morning. We've seen something in the scans, we need to look at that now. So I was diagnosed with a condition called leg calves paralysis disease, which is actually named after the German doctor who discovered it, right? And what it is, it's where there's a unexplained interruption to the blood supply to your joints. So it stops the synovial fluid. Synovial fluid is what you have in your joints. Whenever you do any activity, it allows your joints to move. So anywhere it's lubricant, right? So I had a sudden interruption, and that stopped just overnight, right?
And that was as a kid?
So as a kid, a 3-year-old started. Usually, leg calf paralysis is around the age of 7. So I got it when I was 3, right?
Yeah.
And I got what can only be described in the words of the consultant as probably the worst case of paralysis that he has ever seen.
Wow.
85% of the people who have paralysis within a year,
yes,
it clears. It
passes.
It passes. It rectifies itself. Mine didn't.
You never did. And you think that babies are just learning to walk it too?
Exactly. I had surgery when I was 3. I had a pin put it in my right hip when I was 3.
Wow.
And then I was put in plaster casts from my hips to my ankles with a broomstick in the middle.
Oh, wee 3-year-old?
Yeah, for 6 months. And then from the ages of 4 to the age of 10, every year for 4 weeks I was taken in the hospital during the summer, school holidays, and I was put in a bed with a traction on the end of the bed with plates to try and put, because this is what they thought we'd sort out.
Yeah.
It never did. And like I have photographs of every, like probably my first 8 birthdays, I was in hospital because it was always in the summer holidays.
You should have brought them.
I was just
saying them.
it's just her, and you get my hair cut, you know, in the hospital and everything because I couldn't get out. I was stuck in bed. So I was diagnosed with that. That never cleared up, and the long term, what came of that was that eventually I was going to start needing replacements of joints. So the most common ones, the hip. So I had my right hip done in 2019 when I was 40, which is very young. Most hip replacements are done. They try and delay hip replacements till you're about 60 to 65.
Because there's a window on them.
Exactly. It's a
you don't want to.
It's a maximum of 2, right? And then you can't have any more. So I've already had 140, which is already material.
Wow.
And then I've got my left one, which is material.
And you're only going to get another 10 years then off the next one, and you only have 2.
You were nearly sick. There I showed you my
I know. You got to give the camera a bit.
Come on, let's see.
I go back a wee bit. But you say yes.
There's it. There.
Yep, that'll do you, boy.
Ah!
Oh! No way.
So that's a hyperextension injury, which is caused from obviously the weakness.
You should do jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu now, and obviously dying it.
Because you see all that there, nobody can ever sub you.
Yeah, and I used to have a party trick where when I was in the early teens, where I could put my foot, so I could put my foot on a chair, right, and somebody could sit on my knee, and my knee would touch the ground, because the whole way down it was like a great party.
And is there pain, or it's just the way it is?
There is pain. I mean, the pain's been managed for years, obviously with various medications. I'll come to that later on. So what I have now is probably
the development of it.
Development of what I have now is probably from those years of those medications.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Like a compromise of the medication. So tell me, I see when you're walking, are you stable? No, or you have to be conscious that your leg might pop back like that?
No, I'm stable. I'm stable, Gareth, because of the training that I do. So this is where the functional training comes into. This is why my passion.
I was wondering why you ended up there.
So my passion is functional training, because functional training is what has helped me be able to like walk, to run, to swim, to do all the stuff that I do. Played football for years.
Oh really?
Functional training is what's helped me strengthen my legs, my knees, my ankles, all of it. And that's why I have a real belief in that. That's what people should be doing. Because
even I know it complements, other people's sports, whatever they're into. But you touched on there, older people. You kind of find with older people, they just kind of get into a wee routine at home, and then they end up struggling just to get out of their own chair.
It's a mass struggle. Gareth, it's not even just out of your chair. It's simple things like reaching up to pull something out of a cupboard.
Opening a jar,
or sitting down in the toilet. Right. Or worst case scenario, and I've seen it. People fall. See, people wonder why we focus a lot on training people with push-ups. Right.
Yes.
See the functional aspect of a push-up.
Yeah.
Right? If you fall flat on your face, and you're able to push yourself up to grab something, that is where push-ups comes into helping you.
Comes into your everyday life.
All functional training. And we have a wide range of clients of all age groups.
Yeah, what's your oldest?
I need to be careful when you start.
I know. The oldest male. You can't talk about women's ages.
Oldest male, well, the oldest male that's probably trained, I would say, is around probably in the 60-65 bracket, but there has been a few older women who have trained down through the years, yeah.
Because I was chatting to a wee woman the other day, and I don't know how her age was like, but she was 73. I was like, no way. And then I would do bits and bobs in a care home, and you get friendly with the people in. Well, it's not a care home; it's a fold. They don't like it's a fold. You know, it's independent living.
Sure,
so,
yeah.
They always correct you. Oh, we're not in care home. They're brilliant. Like, but one of the wee women's lady, and I tell you what, she's got more spring in her step than me. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know what her secret is like.
But that independent living term, that's key. That's one of the things that we as a gym want people to get. We want people to maintain that. Losing your independence is horrific.
I know.
And if you're in your 70s and you have a really bad fall,
it's brutal.
People give up. People fall and they give up. They give up. And as soon as you give up a pyramid,
yeah, I know.
It's
and do you deal it? Is there part of your kind of, classes or whatever where you talk about, the brain approach, the mental attitude towards your training or everything?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that whenever we set FitTribe up, FitTribe was set up as a gym that would focus on two things. It would focus on your physical health and your mental health and your mental well-being.
Yes.
And we take a massive, like, that's a huge thing for us. And you'll find, I don't know where you've spoken to any other PTs before, or you've had any, I'm sure you have, but you see personal trainers are, they're like the bartender at the end of the night talking to the last punter.
Yeah.
Or the hairdresser who has a client who comes in on Monday, who's had a bad weekend. The counsellor who, and it's really important that in FitTribe we put a massive emphasis on making sure people are okay.
Yeah.
And the first question you always ask the client when they come in was, how was your weekend? How was your day? And you have to be ready for the offload.
I know my missus is a barber.
Yeah.
And she gets everything. And my missus is like an insane empath. You can't tell her a sad story. Do you know what I mean? She'll feel it. Yeah. And she'll get invested, like. Yeah. Caused a few arguments over the years.
But it's so important to give people that avenue.
But it is one of those arenas where people come in and offload, just like you.
If you're not right up here, then your actual how you perform in the gym physically, you will struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. It's did you see the conversation David Goggins had? You know David Goggins? When he was a Navy SEAL, he's gone back and re-changing the whole like Navy SEAL curriculum as such. He said because all they were doing was like training bigger, stronger quitters. Because there was no area here to talk about that inner dialogue. It was all get faster, get stronger. What, just bigger, stronger, faster quitters? Because whenever they faced a little adversity, they were looking to avoid, they were looking away out. These big, strong, fast men, they were just, because they were mentally weak. Because it does start upstairs, like.
100%.
It really, really does. And with the spirit of today's show, FitTribe. Belfast Marathon 2019. We're not fucking about here. You think I'm just a raging alcoholic? This is my retirement. Been there, done it, wore the t-shirts. But no, in all seriousness, it does start up here. Even like this here marathon that I've done, I would always train for the marathons with headphones. So my first ever marathon that I tried, I couldn't even finish the training. because I got a bad knee injury. And the only way I went was like 40 quid an hour for rehab and all that. I tried everything, but the time frame passed. I couldn't continue the training, and I failed at the first kind of attempt. It didn't even get to complete my training. But the way that I can solve that problem was running in the water, because my own body weight was too much pressure for me to rehab it, you know. But got back on the horse next year, done the training, loving life, was on the start line, and I'd done all the training with the headphones on, had all the playlist, the whole shebango. I was ready to rock. And you know that the marathon has changed now. But do you know the road where you're running up? Is it where the zoo is? The zoo's on your head. At the bottom of that road, there was like a petrol station. So I needed to go to the toilet. I was there. I ran into the toilet. I took my headphones off, and then I don't know what happened. But whenever I come back out to start again, my headphones wouldn't work. So I was sitting there, and I think that's about I was only like mile 11 or something. But I'd never trained. It was just me in the fucking thick of it with no headphones. And that was like I nearly quit. Like I didn't know what to do. Like I was in no man's land. So I just kind of plodded on, like just lost in my own head, because I was used to the music, getting into that mindset. But that was my first kind of like experience where it was just me in my head, and I didn't really know how to control it. So I just kind of plodded on, and then the old knee injury. But at the top of that hill, I got a handle on it, and I was at the top of the fucking hill, and my old knee injury kicked in, and I was fucking gutted. I was like, this can't be happening, like, cannot be happening. So there I was, fit, strong, you know, healthy, but the head was gone, like, the head was gone. So it's massively important. But what I did was I said, well, you know, the only way through this is through this. So I'd kind of strategized my energy gels, you know. I think I had 3 or something left at that stage. It was only about mile 11 or 12 or something. And I was like, you know what, 3 of them down the hatch, and just got focused on the finish line, blanked out the pain of the knee was wrecked, like, and just focused, just blanked it out, focused on why I started this journey, why I wanted to do it, and that got me through it, like. But that you know, there has to be a huge emphasis on the mental part of this carry on, like, because your brain then affects your emotions, and your emotions affect your behaviours. So you need to engage in your own thoughts. Do you know what I mean? To arouse that emotion that you fucking need to get going. You know.
Gareth, offloading to the PT.
Offload to the PT.
Hoorah! Counselor in session.
Yeah, but honestly, that's what this is. You know, for me, for my guests, it's therapeutic. You know what I mean? And you think how many men out there, you know, don't have that chat with their PT. You know, just, you know, get down to FitTribe, have a yarn with this big man, and then come on my show and have a wee chat with me. Because more men need to sit down, have a beer, and have a fucking yarn, like. Because mental health is crazy.
It's huge. It's particularly in that 35 to 45 bracket. You know, the mental health issues are insane. You know, and do you know what it is? It's because they don't have. There's no outlet.
No outlet.
To offload. And if you take like even my industry, like in the PT industry, the amount of PTs who have unfortunately taken their lives over the past decade.
Wow. COVID didn't help.
It didn't help, and a big part of it, a massive part of it in my industry is. So I spend 8 hours.
Yes.
With clients offloading them, telling me their problems. And you have to listen.
Absolutely.
You listen, and you can't really offer advice, but you listen, you let them know we're here for you, and I'm going to get you through your workout. I'm days, these days work out.
Yeah.
Right, so you leave here feeling better.
Brilliant.
But then the thing is, if I didn't have anywhere to offload,
Yeah, where do you offload?
I offload my wife. Rebecca, my wife is absolutely, and I'm not looking brownie points,
No.
but Rebecca's absolutely my rock.
Very good.
And
That's super.
if I had not done have Rebecca there,
Yes.
no way would I be where I am today in my career. 100%.
Yeah, she gives you that stability.
100%. Not only stability, but even from point of view, go back to where I wanted to retrain. So I was working in recruitment,
Yes.
and then I wanted to retrain. And
She supported you
this.
through
She
that
supported me.
window?
She started up her own business.
Wow. What's she do?
So she owns a store on Etsy.
Very good.
One of the biggest sellers on Etsy. Huge,
Wow.
huge. From a wee small. She was sitting with a wee small.
Put her on next week.
So
What's her product?
So she got a wee small cutting machine, right?
Yeah, CNC kind of thing.
Yeah, and she began to make business stationery.
No
And
way.
it started out, she was 4 or 5. I was posting 4 or 5 packets a day, and it just literally escalated. Boom! I don't know, 12.5 to 13,000 sales on Etsy, massive,
I love it.
huge. And because of that, I was able to take the pressure off me.
Yeah.
I was able to
You
retrain.
get that freedom there.
But even like say the years where I've been like working in personal training, maybe 5 a.m. first client in through the door, and,
Yeah.
and 9 p.m. last client going home.
I know.
6 days
You're
a
up
week.
at 4 o'clock
Yeah.
then.
Support you through the whole
And
thing.
then, so how do you sleep then at night? Because are you tired, or are you full of adrenaline, or do you have?
I sleep, no sleep. I mean,
You okay?
so I don't do those hours anymore.
No, but
because
it's on the table.
Yeah,
You could get that.
you just have to get whatever sleep you can. See, I used to be the kind of person where I wanted it all for myself.
I know.
I didn't want anybody else, but now I've changed that. Where now I have a couple of guys who are outside. I've got a business partner working beside me, Ronan, who's been fantastic. He came in and he's beside me at FitTribe, and he's helped me scale things up, and he's helped me change the structure of the business.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I love that story.
Yeah.
Is that the guy you trained for a year?
So
You
yeah,
came in,
he
you know?
came in, he moved over here. He was looking at PT.
Yes.
And I mean, the guy's better qualified than me, like in training, but he wanted accountability. He wanted accountability. He wanted somewhere to come. And we got talking. We eventually became good mates, and then boom, FitTribe, business partners, and he's literally, he's helped sort out my kind of, where I'm not working 16 hours a day anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which has allowed me to recover. But certainly, yeah, it's good to have people to offload, and going back to Rebecca, like my wife, we'd be lost.
I know.
100%.
I know. But what is it to say?
Brownie points.
Brownie points. That's at least what 10.
Yep.
10. But it's true what they say. Behind every great man, there's a great woman.
Yeah.
You know, and your partner can make or break you. You know, there's guys out there and women out there in their own relationships.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you found Rebecca, and I have to say that I found Tammy. When I wasn't looking at her, and it's you hear that all the time. I wasn't looking and I met so and so. We weren't. So see if you're looking someone, stop looking.
Come to FitTribe.
Come to FitTribe, get all the first women down there. But no, I'm sure Tommy's head's melted too, because my brain doesn't stop. I'm always either boring the shit out of her with entrepreneurial ideas or just venting in general.
Yeah, but you have to, I think back, the some nights where I came home at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m, and I'm just totally busted.
Yeah.
You're wrecked. And you've been having people, telling you all day about what they're going through, and you walk in and I'm literally just bypassing Rebecca.
I know.
I just need to sleep.
Yeah.
And she's just gets it, just understands. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, because I'm at the stage now, just when you touched on, you would have struggled to delegate or let go or hand over some responsibility. Because that's the kind of stage where I'm at. I'm exhausted. I am burnt out. But because I've been let down so many times in the past, I've always just took on the attitude, F it, I'll do it myself, no problem, I'll do it myself, no problem.
That's why I done Gareth, and we'll find out shortly when I was going as the price.
Yeah.
that I nearly paid for that, like the ultimate price.
Yeah.
From
Of having that mindset.
having a mindset of doing something, I don't know how to help me, and not being able to say no. A client messaging me and saying, I'm looking at 6 weeks of PT, I've gone through this and I want to start training, and I'm looking at Gary going,
Really?
okay, I can get you in, I can squeeze in there at 5 AM. Do you know what I mean? On a Tuesday at 5 AM on a Thursday.
Wow.
You know, we'll get you in there and we're coming in. But I pay a very high price on it.
Because I'm definitely at that stage, buddy. And I don't, I'm getting home and falling asleep on the sofa,
Yeah.
getting up, having dinner, back on the sofa, and then she'll give me a nudge up to bed.
Yeah.
And I sleep right through, like.
Yeah.
But what do you do? What do you do, like? So what did your mantra change? Do it myself. What's your mantra now, like? Delegate.
Well,
you do.
I wouldn't say it's like alright, you do it. It's more a case of we as a team, myself and running a few more PTs involved now, and we kind of get together and we work out the schedule so that everybody's doing a bit and nobody's totally busted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I'm a one-man band, like.
Yeah. It's difficult. I mean, I was one-man band for years, and whenever the big changing point for me was that week that I opened FitTribe.
Okay.
And I took it. And
how did that materialise?
so I had been
So it's the first week, grand opening.
so I had been feeling unwell probably from July. So we opened
Tired or headaches?
tired headaches. We were in Spain in July of last year. It was like 37 degrees, and I remember booking in the hotel and carrying the suitcases up to the second floor. And getting to like the first one, thinking, flip, I can't even walk here. Like literally the pain in my leg, and really out of breath. And I remember saying to Rebecca, it must have been the heat. 37 degrees. Like I've had a hard couple of months, so I was just tired. I'll recover, and it got progressively worse. And then I came home. That was July. I went away again in September with my daughter to Liverpool.
Yes.
And that's where I began to realise something wasn't right, because I went out for a walk in Liverpool, and I had to stop. So I had to sit on someone's wall, just a normal walk about one time. I remember saying to myself, I must have a chest infection, or maybe you have COVID. COVID. What's that? What? It's fake noise. So I even tested, because I was convinced that would have made it easier. That would have made it easier for me, because I thought that's a problem. But then I came home and I thought, as blokes do, see, this is the problem with men. As you know, you'll find any other thing that's wrong with you before you go to you'll Google, you'll find out. It's like
you'll just put it to the back of the head.
Yeah, of course,
you
totally ignore it. And I had the gym open, I had all the gear just arrived. I was lifting stuff up 2 flights of stairs to set up the floor and setting up all the squats rack. Totally busted, totally right. And I opened up. It was the first week in October, and I remember I'd done the 6 AM HIIT class. 6 AM was the first class, and then I had a second class in at 7, and I had a client who came in that class. I'm not going to mention him, but they were a nurse, and they'd come in and said to me, "You don't look well, Steve." Right? So, and in fact, one of the clients actually told me they went home from the class and they were Googling, or so they were trying to find me on Facebook to find pictures of me to see if my colour was what I always was, because I was so bad.
Yeah,
I didn't see this, mate, right? And that was said. I'd done the class anyway. I was like, fine, I'd done the class, right? But by 8 AM, things were very quickly getting bad for me. So I was getting symptoms where like almost fresh air was coming out of my ear, like air was coming out of my ear, and I throat, really bad headache. And I remember a client, long-standing client, Olivia, had come in, and I said, Olivia, I'm gonna have to go here. I can't. Something isn't enough. I remember getting in my car. I remember getting in the car and driving up. And the joke is, I stopped off at Cohen Coffee Shop a week off the way up. And I phoned Rebecca and I said, listen, I'm not firing all cylinders. It's caused a chest infection. I'm going to go up to the hospital. Yeah. I went up to A&E, Gareth. Went in to A&E. I didn't even get the reception. A doctor had seen me walking in and literally had me in a chair and ran me around a different part of the picture. He was on me.
You must have walked in like a zombie.
Yeah, well, he pulled my eyes down. Apparently, if you're really severe anemic, and here's yellow, I would have done that. So that these were basically yellow, and lips were basically white. And took me and done some bloods, and he said to me, I think you may have mild anemia. We'll have a look and see what your numbers are. The blood results came back within less than 10 minutes. So normally it's an hour for the blood test, right? Unless something seriously wrong. And he brought me into the room. He said, we've got a problem here. He said, your normal blood range is normally 140 to 160 is your normal blood range. 140 to 160 your hemoglobin levels. So that's what's carrying your oxygen around your body, right? Mine at that stage were 43. So I had basically lost 2/3 of my blood somewhere. That went.
I had a second class, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Felt really bad actually because I didn't really perform very well in that 6 a.m. class and never came back.
No way.
Because I was basically I was struggling and the class was totally crap. I knew it was.
Yeah.
I just knew it was a rubbish class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
That's
it's bad. And to give an indication, so if your hemoglobin levels drop below 50, and people can Google this, anyone listening to this, right? If your hemoglobin levels drop below 50, then around 98% of those cases will end in death from cardiac arrest. At 50, and I was 43. And the consultants that I've had since then have said to me, we have never seen anybody with those blood levels walk in here.
Yeah.
Actually drive
after getting a
after
coffee.
a glass of coffee and drive yourself up and walk in gym gear.
No
saying,
way.
I'm just taking some amoxicillin. I have a boot camp at 7 o'clock at night. And just like I said, you're not getting.
Like, what do you put that down to? Is that the human spirit? What is that?
They said to me, what saved me was my physical fitness, and this is where I went back. Gym work, staying in the gym, staying fit. If I had been marginally obese.
Yeah.
Well, they said to me, you wouldn't have made it to this stage a couple weeks ago. But he said, basically where you were now. So he said your heart was trying to pump blood to your brain, and it wasn't getting there. So that's why you get this sensation. Yeah. And that's why you had this thumping headache. And he said probably you were talking 3 to 4 hours.
No way.
He said you wouldn't have
Game over.
You wouldn't have been doing it. You'd been fine in the gym. You wouldn't have been doing a class 7 o'clock.
Or driving.
And the thing is, and this is where it hits home. I was planning on just going home and having sleep.
You wouldn't have woke up.
I wouldn't have woke up. 100%. 100%.
And tell me this, because you were obviously really motivated before. Has that inspired you even more? Is that another extra level of motivation come from that? Or is it just appreciation for life now? Like how did that affect you?
It affected me in a way. So the biggest way it affected me was that I realised I needed to take a step back and rise up here in terms of the amount of work I was doing.
I'm sure that was hard.
Like that was the first.
Because you just got your dream.
Yeah, exactly. That was the first thing. Like that was the
step back.
Step back. I realised I need to step back, and that's where Ronan then came along. At that stage, he was on that stage anyway. But
he's more of an investor, was he?
No. So Ronan is a software engineer, but his passion was always fitness. But at that stage he was still working. So he was in the background. But we kind of said, release in January is where you'll come on board more pro level. So that's fast tracked him coming on board for a start. And outside of that, it really got me thinking about like inspiring people more to train more, train better.
Well, I'm sure fitness it saved you.
Exactly. I mean, if you go back to where I was, so you hacked into my Facebook there and photographs, and there's one of me in a pink shirt. He didn't hack. That's the wrong word. Trolled.
I got his bank details in me.
It's all minute. It's all gone. Like my plugs. So there's one with that pink shirt.
Yeah.
So that was me just at my peak in terms of weight. So I peaked at about 21.5 stone.
Yeah.
At that point, so I was quite big.
So if your blood and all, if that had kicked in,
oh goodness,
gone.
Gone.
Wow. So just a huge appreciation for
Huge
life.
appreciation for life. Just taking a step back.
Yeah.
Not be afraid to ask people to help.
Yes.
And not be afraid to say no. I now say no to people.
Yeah, so they're your 3 pillars of life now. Like.
And I totally changed my business setup. I went from a 90% one-to-one studio to small classes.
Yeah. Because you can take out, you can
Exactly. And every single one of my, and this is, and I know that they'll all be listening.
Yeah.
They'll all see it. Every single one of my clients who was a one-to-one client, whenever I said to them, listen guys, I'm gonna have to stop one-to-ones. I need to move you into this 4 to 6. Every single one of them.
No problem.
I'll tell you something else. And this is just a personal thank you to the guys, the people in Port of Ferry.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So I closed on the 4th of October. I had taken a lot of money off people.
Yeah.
Leading up to that. Okay.
As a membership fee?
As a membership fee. As a membership fee. People had signed up, they paid, and then I had to close. I basically had to put a message up overnight and close them. I actually
So this was just after the grand opening?
Yeah. This
closed.
was the second day. We opened on day 1, and the second day I put a message up.
Yeah.
And one of my clients, Olivia, she had went down and stuck a sign on the door in case anybody hadn't seen it. That I'm not well. I'm not too sure. I realistically am not too sure when I'm going to be back.
Wow.
And not one single person asked for a refund. Every single one said to me, whenever you're back, you're back. They didn't know me.
Awesome.
I just walked into town and opened up a gym.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
It could have been real hustle, man. I could have been opening a gym.
I know. But
So-
see, that is why I love this free platform too. Like, because people are awesome. People are awesome. And see, I don't know if you know Nike.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Nike's like kind of mission and like branding kind of strategy is to champion like elite athletes, and then by them doing that, they make sales. You know, they don't. They're past the days where you preach about the benefits of the product. You know, wear these trainers because they're super light and that'll help you run. You know. So they took their strategy to champion, elite athletes. The mega stars. The footballers and stuff. So they put them on pedestals and really champion them. And so whenever I kind of read that, I was like, do you know what? I'm going to use that as kind of my strategy for my wee podcast. To invite people on like yourself and fucking champion them. Do you know what I mean? So if it's good enough for Nike, it's good enough for me and my guests. So I just want to take 2 seconds just to champion you and all the good people that you found in your gym, because let's face it, you could be a testament to this too. There is a lot of dickheads out there. Do you know what I mean? But I believe they are the small minority, and ultimately people are fucking great. Like people are.
See people come to our gym, right? Honestly,
Salt of the earth people.
Salt of the earth. We're actually up on an award, so we've been nominated for the in the category of best small group classes in Northern Ireland. So this is the leading fitness awards with the Northern Ireland. Okay.
Oh really?
Big gala dinner at Lamont House in July. Red carpet arrival, all the stuff.
Wow.
And we're there because. I didn't even know the awards were on. It was one of my clients that shared it in the group, and everybody voted. I don't know about you, but I personally wouldn't go for something that's unless I thought it was worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See, and you're right. Salt. The clients come in. Salt it is.
Yeah.
Loyal to the core.
Yeah.
Absolutely loyal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And so you don't know if you've won or not yet.
We won't know until. We won't know until July 8th.
Do you know on the night, or do they?
No, we will know on the night. So I have to put in a portfolio, right?
Yeah.
So one of my clients helped me do a couple of my clients will help me do the portfolio, and then there's a mystery shopper who'll come into the gym, and I think actually they came in 2 weeks ago. I was told car crash, Maybe, I'm not too sure, not
Yeah.
saying a lot, but there's a running joke in the gym. Every time a new person comes in, I'm like, you're the mystery shopper,
Yeah.
is it you? I need to know if it's you. But that's it.
So what's the portfolio you have to put together?
I have to put a portfolio of, who we are, what we do,
Yeah.
success stories. I mean, we have a lot of clients coming in our gym, massive success stories.
What's your favourite?
Okay, I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to mention names.
No
So my
names.
favourite is a client in the gym, and she had sent me a message a few weeks back and said her ex-partner had called her into the house to see her, and they hadn't seen her for a long time. And he was like, "What have you been going?"
No way.
What do you mean? She told me about like,
Yeah.
not that's her own term, but toned.
Toned.
She's toned.
Yeah, yeah,
She's
yeah.
toned from coming to us. Like she's been with us probably 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
But with people coming in there, with a client who came in and she could never have done a push-up, and now she's doing push-ups like the best of them. Clients who have lost weight, who have toned up, who have improved their health mentally. We have clients who come for no other reason than to have a chat. We generally have people come to us for no other reason than to have a chat.
Brilliant.
They do work, but they're coming for the chat.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So we have a lot of success stories, and we'll get those put down in the portfolio. And then on
Absolutely.
July the 8th or July the 7th, at the Le Mans House, we'll see.
July 7th.
July 7th.
I'll be rooting for you, buddy.
We'll see how that goes.
And let me know.
Yeah,
let
well,
me know.
well.
But here's another big thing. I believe with the fitness carry on. So your head has to be right. But your diet has to be right too.
Okay.
Diet's a big part of it.
Yep.
Talk to me about your diet. Is there anything that you swear by, or something that you would, your non-negotiables? It's like the porridge in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
That's non-negotiable. I will always have that. That's a staple in my head. Or because you get these trends. Like avocado was crazy popular there.
Yeah.
Mushrooms are super popular
Yeah.
at the minute. Is there anything?
So, see with that, Gareth, we're very much again within FitTribe. If it's not one rule for everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the one thing about our industry, which really annoys me, is it's full of snake oil salesmen and charlatans.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Charlatans, and every supplement is blasted out to you, and every
It's the
flavour,
holy grail. This is the one.
every flavour whey protein
Yeah.
blasted out to you, and you have supplements that can help you lose weight in your sleep, and you have supplements that can help you lose weight when you're walking, and you've other
That's just corrupt.
I know.
That's just corrupt.
I seen one the other night on Facebook. It was a bottle of water that you drink, and it helps pop your abs out. Right. And there are people bands.
So yeah, no, they're feeding into people's laziness.
I would go one further.
Yeah.
I would say people are vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Right.
Vulnerable adults.
Vulnerable adults,
Full
and
advantage of them.
these are the people who are banning these supplements. There are people now who are clicking on and ban the diabetes injection, where you can inject in your stomach and it helps you lose weight. Okay? And there's a shortage of this medication for people who actually need it, because
Yes.
people who are banning it are people who are trying to use it for weight.
And it's for I kind of know a little bit
So,
about that.
so no, back to your question, there's no set rule when it comes to diets. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, and we don't do fad diets. There's so many.
Atkins diet,
Atkins diet.
and then it goes on to something else. And
Listen, see whenever I lost all my weight, whenever I was my own stomach, right? I will put my hands up.
yes,
That I juiced for 3 months non-stop.
just you found work.
That's the way I did. But I done that because
fruit veg kind of.
yeah, but I done it because I had so many medical problems. I had high cholesterol, I had borderline diabetes, I had high blood pressure. My Rebecca, God love her, had me at the hospital every other weekend because I had really bad chest pains. Because I was really overweight, I was smoking, I was drinking, I was doing all the things I shouldn't be doing, right?
So diet, drinking,
And
smoking.
I reset myself.
Yeah.
Massive, huge reset. I would recommend that everybody, massive reset. I juiced for 3 months. I bought a book, a guy called Jason Field, bought his book, done the juicing plan for 3 months. Reset everything. Absolutely.
Did you feel better?
100%. So when people come in to do diets or nutrition with us, it's not really like,
You don't say this is the.
we will help and advise guys, and we'll say this is the things. Everybody, listen, everybody knows what they shouldn't be.
I know.
Right? And it's quite simple. Sugar, for me, sugar's not the enemy, carbs not the enemy, protein is the enemy. What's the enemy is too much.
Yeah,
If you want to have a bar of chocolate on a Saturday night, have a bar of chocolate.
Yeah.
You want to have a Chinese on a Saturday night, have a Chinese on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Because we have proven within FitTribe that you can do all that
And still
see results.
Still perform,
Yeah.
still lose
perform,
weight,
still see
still
results.
increase
You
muscle.
want to have a drink
Yeah.
for 3 hours?
Yeah.
You're not. But if you want to have a drink, just our wages.
Did you see last night's podcast? So did you quit smoking?
Yes, I quit smoking. So my eldest is Benji.
Yeah.
So whenever we decided that we were going to try for a baby,
Yeah.
I said that's me done. So it was new. It was so January the 1st, 2010. I never get this right. So that night before that, so New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
I had my last cigarette.
And you just
I
decided.
had my last Marlboro Red.
No way.
Right.
I got strong ones.
And I stopped. Now I done the chewing gum for a few weeks.
Yeah.
It was disgusting, and
Yeah.
eventually
Yeah.
I just stopped.
You just decided.
I've never went back.
Serious? No
Never-
cravings?
no cravings.
You were just done?
I was just done. And
'Cause
what's proves whenever you really put your mind to something,
Well, years ago I bought my dad that Alan Carr book. It's a really, really popular one for to stop smoking.
Yeah.
And I just went through a few of the pages. And everybody's, like, I don't smoke, so I don't really understand it. But everybody says that their cigarette after their dinner or after something to eat, you know, is like the best cigarette ever. But what Alan Carr said in the book, it's just like every other cigarette in the box. You've placed that meaning upon it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm assuming, I just thought that was interesting. But he was on to just basically say that, you know, you decide that you don't want to smoke, or you decide that you want to continue smoking. But that's why I was interested in you just decided.
So I had a reason to stop. See, even if whenever you're looking to make a change,
Yeah.
it's easier if you have a reason to make that change. You've got a goal.
Yeah.
So my goal was we were going to be and that was it. Do you know what I mean? There was no issues.
Yeah.
That was it.
The wee saying, if you know your why,
Yeah.
how comes easy. And you knew your why
And
there.
it's 28 days. I think the saying is 28 days.
Nicotine got your system or something? Is that what it is?
But
Because it's the nicotine.
Yeah, it is. It's 28 days to make a habit. So if you can stop something for 28 days, it's been proven that I think it's 70%, then you will not go back to that habit.
Yeah.
If you can get to 28 days.
The way my dad done it too, obviously he has health kind of issues and stuff, but he kind of got his head into this psychological place where, you know, he built up so many days, it would be a shame to, you know, it's like 90 days now. You know, he got more of a buzz out of it being 100 days, 101 day, you know, 100, you know, so he started to get more of a kick out of that. Than, you know, he wouldn't, what would you call it? Wouldn't shoot himself in the foot by going back to square one, if you know what I mean.
If you can get somebody into the mindset of being goal focused, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm on day 5, I want to get to day 10, I want to get to day 20. Do you know what I mean? You will have a better success rate, you know?
Yeah.
I was very fortunate to have anybody nag me either. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Did your tobacco smoke?
No, but
Perfect.
she never once nagged me, man. It's because she knew that I had to get to the point where I wanted to stop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And not because she wanted me to stop.
Yeah.
So I had a reason. I had a reason that I
How
wanted
you
to
had
stop.
the why?
On a stop. And that's where my transformation, my own transformation in terms of my physical ability, that's what began to change. It was at that point that I began to cut out all other stuff and began juicing and the weight.
Yeah.
And so the one technique that I've always used, by the way, is the 30-30-30, which I always have clients on.
Yes.
So the 30-30, have you heard of it?
I've kind of.
You know what? It's came back around again, whereas
Yeah.
it's came back again. TikTok. It's been around for 30 years.
Yeah, explain it for people watching.
Right. So 30-30-30 is where you take 30 grams of protein on wake up. You do 30 minutes of slow intensity, like a walk or a run,
Yeah.
For 30 minutes, for 30 days.
Yeah.
What's this? Disappear. What's disappear?
Perfect.
30, 30, 30.
Yeah. What's the guy that's really popular at the minute? Because he's kind of added to that, where it's like 30 minutes or whatever of sunshine, or get outside as well.
Yeah.
But there's no one one shoe fits all kind of thing.
Yeah.
You need to find what works for you. Like, but I kind of go in extremes. Like, I'll like you'll hear me always talk about sausage rolls. Like, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like if you live like a monk, you're going to blow out sideways. Like,
Yeah.
So do you drink any alcohol now, or?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I still have a drink. I mean, I don't see it as being a massive issue, and it's not something that's gonna really disturb or really gonna disrupt your
lifestyle.
It's
your sub.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like a big man wants you.
Yes. Off you go.
Is the door open,
So, you got the key? Yeah. Sorry.
You're okay. Here, buddy.
Is that mucked up here?
Look, see my approach to it.
Yeah.
It's just real. It's real.
Yeah, of course,
I would
yeah.
try and see if I can get away with, because that like a 2-hour video takes about 12 hours to upload to Dropbox.
Yeah.
And then if I want to do other stuff too, it takes like another 12 hours to compress the file.
Sure.
And then it takes more time to upload to different platforms, YouTube. So, see if I can get away with not doing any editing.
Yeah.
I don't want to edit.
Yeah,
As I
exactly.
say, I have enough on the plate.
Yeah.
See if I can do it in one take. I don't care about making a dick out of myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's more important to me? Having a real reflection of our conversation and what
Yeah.
we're trying to achieve here, or having to sit down for the sun's out, I've had a wee beer. Do you think I'm going to sit here for another couple of hours?
No, not at all.
No.
So yeah, so 5% alcohol for me is fine as long as you don't abuse it. What I always tell the clients, that 30 Gareth, and I always say to them as well, get your steps, 10,000 steps a day for a minimum, 10,000 steps every day.
And it's quite scary thinking 10,000 adds up. That sounds like a big figure.
Yeah.
But have you got people have them on their phones or their wee Fitbits and stuff? And all?
It needs to be activity steps.
Yeah.
So not from your kitchen. Not from your
Alright, so get outside.
I mean, if you're going to get a packet of chocolate biscuits in your kitchen and
Yeah.
take 5 steps, that isn't.
I know.
It needs to be outside. Get up in the
Down to the
morning,
beach.
pick 20 minutes away from your house, walk to that for 20 and walk back.
Walk back.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you do it fast enough, you'll be very close
Yeah.
to your 10 steps.
Because a mate of mine does house removals. He had like the Fitbit thing on. He's doing a marathon a day. And I was like, that's crazy. You don't realise, but then I suppose in the opposite, if you're getting up in the morning, going downstairs and sitting all day watching TV, you're snacking all day. Again, those little snacks all day
100%.
are adding up
Yeah.
in the same kind of extreme as opposed to getting out and doing one step.
Yeah.
10,000 times. It's adding up. In a better way.
Losing weight's not easy.
No.
And again, the industry tells you it is, right? They make it out that it's really
Yeah.
to lose weight.
It's really not like. See, like, there's not enough emphasis put on just how addictive food is.
Yeah, of course.
People talk about how addictive alcohol is. They talk about how addictive cigarettes are. All the other vices. That are out there. We don't talk about food.
I mean, the actual science behind losing weight is easy.
Yeah, staring.
So the science says you're in deficit.
Yeah. Calculate what's going right and calculate. What's.
But applying that is extremely difficult.
See when you're hungry. See trying to juggle that. It's hard.
And you add in stress, add in tiredness to your life. You go home and you're just open the cupboard. Add in Netflix. one of the biggest causes of weight gain today, right?
Yeah.
Netflix.
No
people,
way.
People get into the bed, right?
Yep. Netflix and chill.
Doobie over the head,
Guilty.
Netflix. Well, in 10 minutes, you're need a wee snack.
We snackery. So,
Do you know what I mean?
oh, I'm all about it. You know, as I say, you know, I've I hate to say struggled with food because that's not correct. But if you're going to do marathons, you're going to climb mountains, you're going to be a jiu-jitsu practitioner, you know, just different things that I've done over the years. You have to tweak your diet. It's as simple as that. You know, but you know, if you say I had a chicken curry for dinner, I know, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'd go out and do 9-9 here tonight. It just makes it harder on me. And then you're 3 mile in, you know, and you have a lot more to do. And you're like, why did I eat that? And then you self-loathing. You're torturing yourself. But again, what you touched on, it's because I come home from work. I ordered a takeaway. You know, I didn't want to have to go back out down to the shop. I certainly didn't want to come back home and start prepping some dry chicken wrap. You know,
Chicken and broccoli, man.
chicken and broccoli
Chicken
wrap.
and broccoli rice.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you do all the time?
No, not anymore. But I used to like. But again, the prep's important. So
It's the prep.
like there has been times in the past where, you know, on a Saturday and Sunday, I would prep the week ahead. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Big batch cooking tea. Not only does it save you money financially, but if your food's there,
It makes it so much easier because you're coming home and you're hungry. You just get your wee meal that you've prepped, as opposed to like I've sat in the kitchen just with the fridge door open, just looking at stuff.
I expect something to jump out of them.
Yeah.
And you just go on the phone.
And then on the phone, and
Just
I'm
like that, you're.
I shouldn't be doing this. But what's your best like kitchen kind of like utensil? Because those ninjas and stuff now, or the what do you call the fast cooker things?
So
you can just stick a
ninja,
whole,
yeah,
stick a whole chicken in.
We have our ninja.
Pressure cookers,
Yeah.
as well.
So we have the one.
Yeah. I thought you might.
So we've got the ninja. We've got
the double one.
We've got the mega drawer one. The mega drawer. So
Holy
it's one.
shit.
So the drawer opens up. You've got a divider.
Yeah, but you put your vegetables and all that.
Yeah,
like
but
the
you
chicken.
can take that divider out.
Okay.
Right.
You put 2 chickens in.
Yeah, and then the button is called mega drawer.
Stop it.
It's so good, like just cook everything.
No way.
Fantastic, yeah. So we've got that, which we use for everything was in there. Like plus we'd have the likes of a soup maker.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So if you're coming to the end of the week and you have a lot of reds in the fridge, you haven't used it, I would just put it in there and just blend it up and like a soup. A juicer.
Yeah.
A juice machine. Which I use intermittently now. I don't use as much as what I used to.
Yeah.
But once every quarter now, I'd probably spend a week.
Yeah.
Where I would make 2-3 juices a day.
And is it mostly chicken then, or what's your meat of choice? Do you go turkey?
I bring chicken, turkey, steak, fish, sardines, mackerel. I've been well known, you know, years ago, just walking down the street, you know,
No way.
he never,
Oh,
and again, it goes over into the kids as well. I always try and make sure that whatever I'm cooking, we try and make sure the kids get that as well.
And that's another struggle.
And get the nutritional, because I see a lot of,
So we're gonna. There we go. Back in the room. Just had to go and get a charger. So back in the room. Where? Remember? Doesn't really matter.
we were talking about nutrition. Nutrition dads.
We ripped the whole clean out of the nutrition kind of thing on the Ninja.
Yeah.
What was the button on the Ninja?
The mega drawer.
The mega drawer.
The mega
Get
drawer.
yourself a mega drawer and then
Mega drawer ninja.
get down to
But one thing, just to very quickly,
Yeah.
just to finish nutrition is one thing with FitTribe.
yeah.
Again, what I think sets us apart, and one of our principles is we are very non-judgmental when it comes to people's diets. We understand at FitTribe how difficult dieting can be, and we understand how there are people who are what's called emotional eaters.
Oh yeah.
And there are those who are habitual eaters, right? And habitual eater is the one that it's easier to get them in a new routine.
Yeah.
The emotional leader is the one that's governed by if something's wrong on Friday night, and they're straight anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's the more difficult kind of client to try and help.
To reject their whole
But we are not judgmental whatsoever. We're in fact just a very quick plug.
Yep.
So we've just purchased a 3D body scanner machine.
Wow.
Right? Huge investment for us.
What's that
As you
scale?
I think it was around 5.5. I think it was.
Serious?
So this is a world leading cutting edge. Like there's on the whole island.
What does it tell you? What's that going to tell you when
So
you
you,
scan someone's body?
you'll stand on a plinth and the arm will basically go around you. Now Ronan would be able to explain more about this one I can't, but I know it gives you a lot of different measurements. What it does first of all is it gives you a 3D image of your body on the screen.
Yep.
And from that then we can then put you out a nutrition plan, a workout plan based on where you tell us where you want to be.
Very
Okay?
good.
And then we can then show you we can show you this is what you'll look like if you
Do this.
If you do this. Then whenever you get back on it 7 months later,
Yeah.
it remembers you and it
Yeah.
will show you where you were.
Comparison.
See, the problem is, Gareth, people stand on scales. I don't do scales, right?
No.
My scales are in the bin.
Yes.
I won't let a bit of metal dictate my mood.
Got you.
Okay, so we don't use any scales at FitTribe. We never use scales. Okay.
Oh, really?
At the moment we use tape measures. Here's why. You can stand on a set of scales, and you'll notice a set of scales will tell you your weight based on your bone density, your muscle mass, your water weight. If you've taken a crap that morning.
Yeah.
You know when did you eat that morning? Have you drunk enough water the night before? All those variables, and you can get on there on a Friday and get back on a Monday and be 3 pound heavier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And my first question would be, have you actually eaten 3 pounds worth of weight?
Yeah.
Like if you think 3,500 calories is a pound, or you tell me you've consumed, over 10,000 calories in a weekend, no one will have done that, right? So
Yeah.
that's why scales are totally useless.
Quick story.
Exactly, tape measure is more efficient, but this body scanner will eradicate all areas of, there'll be no errors.
Very
Right.
good.
It can tell your bone density.
Yeah, it's a true reflection of what's going on.
And this is a massive thing for us because people can now come in. Like we're going to take this to football clubs, sports clubs, pre-season.
Very good.
They can scan our football players whenever they come back.
Yeah.
We can tell them this is where they need to be. Here's a workout and nutrition. We'll come back in a month. I won't do it for you again before the season starts.
And how much would that cost the football team to get you in to do that?
We haven't even
Figured that out yet?
we're still working on. We're still working out. It'll be we'll have a corporate rate and
Yeah.
we'll have a rate for clients. But even working in the gym, it's something to bring people into the gym.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
as part of your induction with us, as part of your sign with us,
Yeah, it's going to be part of your.
we'll get you on that body scanner. We'll show you exactly where you are, where you'll be.
Excellent.
Come back to the gym. Here's your workout. Here's your classes.
Yeah, and that's motivating too.
People love to see progress.
Yeah.
Proper progress.
I think there's is it Tony Robbins?
Oh yeah, the motivational guy.
Motivational guy. He was asked everybody's pursuing happiness. Like he was asked about if he had to nail something, regarding how to achieve happiness.
Yeah.
And he said, progress has to be in the mix. Progress doesn't matter if it's doing a jigsaw puzzle or losing weight or building a business. The human body, mind, spirit, whatever, just loves progress. Do you know what I mean? So that has always kind of been, fundamental to like my own well-being in life. Like,
Yeah.
if I kind of focus on something, really small goals, whether it's building a business or doing a marathon, setting up a podcast. See, if I stop, it's like the devil makes work for idle hands. See, if I stop, then I start living for the weekend. Then I start eating crap. Then I start being less productive. And then your mood just plummets.
Yeah.
And then you're back into pushing the rock to the top of the hill. Yeah, and that's a horrible place.
Yeah.
As opposed to, it's okay to have downtime and decompress and have your leisure time,
Well, I suppose I'd be a big advocate for progress. Get yourself a goal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Even if it is just you know, my mum would have done like the colouring books. You know, just or my mum would have crocheted. You know, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
But before we move on from, you know, like all this fitness stuff, it would be a nice wee note to finish on, just to tell people at home, get yourself to the gym, get a couple of goals, make progress. So a couple of other things I wanted to chat to you about.
Right, okay.
So just off camera when you come in, did I notice a couple of bite marks on your
On the ears. Ears. So I have really long ears now.
Tell me why.
So my ears, I used to be a doorman.
Yes.
I was a doorman.
Yes.
So many years ago,
Yeah.
like probably going back to 2006, 8, 7, 9. I was doing. I'm allowed to mention where I work.
You do whatever you want.
So
I'm sitting here getting black.
right, no, so I worked in Lorries
In Belfast. Very good.
and then I worked in the big house in Omer Road.
Yes.
And then I finished up the pinnacle of my doorman career would have been a Cafe Waterfall.
Yes.
What's the name?
Stunning place.
Yeah, stunning. So they had the VIP
It
suite.
was an old bank, wasn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So there would have been a few.
So what story popped out about your old doorman career?
There's been a few. I'm going back then. I think probably one of the one of the, I say worst ones would have been when I was working in the big house. The big house was the incident, the big incident where we'd asked somebody to leave and he'd always left. And he came back with a knife.
No way.
As a doorman, you wear these huge jackets that will absorb blades. Like, and he was coming in and it escalated upstairs into the pool room and there was pool and you were getting ones in your head. But I did get near a bit. The top that was bit off, but it knocked me up a bit. But
Yeah.
So that's where.
And did he come back on his own with a knife, or
He came back. He came back his own. Yeah. And it was really, it was really just. I can't even remember the reason why I would ask him to leave. I think there was an incident where I think he'd been intimidating a few women. And they came and said to us, "This guy's."
he just couldn't
We
resistance.
just asked him to leave. And
Yeah.
Next thing he came back, and the big house had the door in front was it's a massive, like steel door.
Yeah.
You pull over. I just couldn't get it over. And
No way. Oh, he's come through, did he? No way. So he was trying to stop you?
And I'll be honest, so like me and the other guy, like we took off.
Yeah.
Upstairs. Your reaction is
Yeah, fight or flight. Survival.
Lock the door to the bar and kind of fight a fight, and he obviously followed us up, and then there was pretty huge.
Just went berserk.
Just berserk, like.
And did you restrain him?
No, but you're trained to restrain. Like we were actually. So now if you're on door work now, you have to have what's called an SAA license, which
Yes.
you see them wearing. Okay, back then that wasn't really a thing.
Get a wee top up.
Sorry, but I just keep talking. I just keep talking.
Oh yeah.
So back then that wasn't really a thing. The SAA.
I know.
Thing. But we were one of the first ones to actually have them.
Just it.
Yeah, me and another guy, we were the first ones to have them. But that wasn't. See that? Like, I mean, that's kind of like it's a part of your life where it's characterable.
Absolutely.
But
if you can deal with that, you can deal with it.
and you're trained in like you're trained to kind of to diplomatically.
Yeah.
De-escalate.
De-escalate.
So, for example, you were trained never to say if there was a problem going on, you would never say to somebody, "Is there a problem there, man?" Because that is there a problem automatically. The person.
Yeah. Triggering
exactly.
the
Yeah.
action.
And you were trained to if you're in a bar and something kicks off, then you're trained to try and find the person that's actually the catalyst and
defuse
and get them away and usually. But
yeah,
it was shockingly paid, man.
Oh wow, you had no danger money.
No,
because that industry in itself has come on a long way. 15, 20 years.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Well, there's still
Ropes. There's ropes in every
Ropes like,
industry.
but in the SIA certification is probably the best thing ever to happen in that industry, because
if you can make a complaint per se, you know.
not complaint, but also the background checks. You know, there's background checks carried out now and all tournaments. So there are certain crimes. If you've been,
you're never getting.
You're never getting like bars will just lose their license if they haven't. Because they go walking about like, you know, doing mystery shops and bars, and door people have to have the SIA license.
Yeah. So tell me this, your funniest moment being a doorman, because at the same time there's some characters out there.
Right. So the funniest, I don't know what's the funniest moment, but I'll tell you probably the best moment. Because let's be honest, you see funny moments of people falling and slipping all
Yeah.
But so I was pretty fortunate in that when I was working on Café Vaudeville, so Café Vaudeville was always the spot for the after party whenever the X Factor
Was in time.
So they would have came to Café Vaudeville, they would have booked out the whole booked out.
Oh really?
Thing booked out. So that was probably it was that year that was almost Alexander Burke.
She was the guard that year.
Banana the doorway held open every night. What was
Very good, because the guy on here, Matthew, he would have owned T13 skate park in the Titanic Quarter.
Okay.
And Rihanna shot her video, Find Love in a something place or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Rihanna's on your skate park, like, on your boards. So you've been on the door and all these celebrities are coming through.
Yeah, it's just
Crazy.
awesome.
I've never met a celebrity.
I also done door for the Mal Mason.
Yeah.
I think it was Joe Brown. I think I stayed one night and I came in like was talking about like just putting on down the earth. But that was one of the few perks. Like if you touch lucky, it just so happened that the company I worked on behalf of would have done those kind of places. You know, the Mal Mason, Café Vaudeville. But everybody starts out, you know.
Yeah.
And like lobbies, you know, where you're.
You're taking.
Or like so if there's a fight out the back.
Yeah.
At the doormen are basically doing the Congo through the bar to try and
yeah.
You're holding on to the coats to so everybody can get through to the back line.
So you done your apprenticeship with Average.
Exactly.
Kind of thing. I had another mate of mine, Michael, on here. Glenn Dara. Well, he does everything with gardens and big bouncy castle kind of business and stuff. But he used to work in the Crawfordsburn, the old inn. He, at the end of the night, he drove people home and stuff.
Yeah.
He knew the Coors, the singers.
Yeah.
He took them home and all. He didn't even know. So then he returned after dropping them home, and they were all like, "It's the Coors." You know what I mean? The Coors were beautiful. How did you not remember them? Like, but no, I've never met a celebrity or anything. I've never met one yet, like, you know. Well, you know, but present company not included. But yeah, so the what was the BANTER? Was that like a part-time gig? Did you craft during the day or?
I did. I was in car sales.
Car sales?
Car sales, yeah. So I worked for a couple of
Curveball.
Car sales. Car sales. I worked for Lindsay Ford.
BANTER?
Ballymena. So I worked in the commercial
Vans.
the van sales. I worked for Hyundai as well for a few years.
Ballymena?
Carrick.
Fergus.
So yeah.
Well, that's really interesting because people mightn't realise, but this is an educational, entertaining platform for entrepreneurs, business owners, and a big part of running your own business, fortunately or unfortunately, is sales. Sales is like the lifeblood, The only thing starting sales is obviously your marketing. You need to get people to turn and sell to. So did you find yourself naturally good at sales? How did you drift into sales, or?
I just drifted. I left school and nothing.
Yeah, me too.
Do you know what I mean? I left school with just with minimum.
And then did you ever have like a sales kind of mentor? What was your first sales job where you were like, hey, I can do this,
So-
you quite like it?
Purple. Right, so,
Here we go.
so,
Yeah.
right, so I actually, so I left school, I went to work for a company called Wright's Action Repair Centre. They were at Newton Breda at that stage, Newton Breda. So I served my time spent cars.
Very good.
Right. So I didn't actually do the panel beating, I just sprayed the cars,
Yeah.
right? And it was in there, I got to know a really good guy called Alan Wright, who I haven't seen for years, but Alan Wright was the manager of a company called Brown Brothers, who supplied the paint to Wrights.
Yep.
And I had got talking to him and he had said I would get a sales job. I thought, I'll give that a rattle.
Give it a rattle.
Give it a rattle. So my first sales job was with Browns. When I done photography, and I got a trip to like Monaco. I sold I sold so many spray guns at once. It was an incentive. See, it's always been. I've always had that. When someone says to me, "Here's the goal. If you can sell these amount of spray guns, you get to go to Monaco." I said, "I'll do that." So I blasted out every paint shop. Take a spray gun. Take a spray gun. Here's a spray gun. It was brilliant. Best spray gun you're ever gonna have, mate. You know what I mean?
So you proper cold?
Proper
You were
cold.
out in the field?
Yeah. So I had in Brown Brothers, I had the whole of Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
So like so I would have cut down by area, worked at all the body shops, worked out where the competitors were. Out I went and I sold spray gun after spray gun and paint system after paint system. And I was selling. We had do what? See if we were behind sales for a Friday, I was going out and selling boardroom. Because we had boardroom in the shop. We sold everything for a body shop. So a body shop needs boardroom, right? So I was selling. I'm going to sell
So
everything.
you had X amount of products.
Exactly, yeah. And you had the old-fashioned sample bag then, you know, the old black suitcase.
Yeah,
you know,
you
you open that up, you open it up. You open it up and here's all the new products. Commission was alright. I had a car. Had a company car, Ford Focus, first ever company car, like a lot recently. And good commission and
Holidays,
yeah.
What's Monaco like?
Monaco's was phenomenal. We went. You know what? You experience something. It's just never leaves you, man. You just never forget about it. We went to Monaco. We stayed in Nice. We stayed in this luxury hotel in Nice where we pulled up and there was a guy taking our bags into the hotel. I said, "What do you think my bag?"
I know that's service. It feels good.
Like we went, and then we went into Monaco in the evenings and we went to the casino.
Wow.
And we had a guide. You know, he took us around and all these luxury cars, phenomenal cars, just pulling up and guys jumping out. And he took us to one of the tables and I was like, I was throwing these tips and just throwing them on. And the guy was like, I think that's about 200 grand. He just went on there. Just people just don't care.
Yeah.
And we had like a £50 token to spend.
I know. I had a friend of mine's dad, right? He was in Monaco, right? And I don't know what the occasion was, but he had like the three-piece kind of tuxedo on, you know, with the waistcoat all buttoned lovely, the nice shirt, and the blazer all sharp, and he was gambling away in the casino, and he literally walked from that table to that table, and he pickpocketed, right? And the mate's dad wouldn't anyway, didn't bother him, because you know what he said? He said, how he fucking pickpocketed me? Because his wallet was in the inside of the buttoned up, you know, waistcoat, over with the blazer, you know. He said, he deserved it. He deserved it.
Yeah.
Because how did he steal my wallet from in there?
It's not phenomenal, but
you know what I mean?
Highly skilled.
He's a skill. So he said, it didn't even ruin the holiday. He said, he deserved every penny of it.
And I also remember on that holiday, going out for a dinner that night, took us to this hotel, where it was the hotel above the casino overlooking Monaco.
Wow.
And I remember it was the first time and last time that I tried. It was the night that I discovered I have an allergy to shellfish.
No,
so I had oysters, mate, right? Literally, the first oyster hadn't even touched the back of my throat, and both ends, mate.
No way!
Just like a flock of pigeons, mate. Just like both ends, mate. And that's when I discovered I have a
Like a flock of pigeons, eh, boy? In Monaco?
really bad, really bad.
It's yeah. It's funny you should touched on that because last night I done the podcast and again she this is crazy, like she needed to do like a sample for the doctor.
Yeah.
And she was down staying in the Rabbit Hotel, the Tiffany from
Yeah,
Tiff
yeah,
Travels.
yeah.
And she her wee bowel movements hadn't been right. I know this is Tiffany from Tiff's Travels. Fine, so last night she was here having a chat and a few drinks. And the conversations, they just fucking go everywhere, like. So you're in Monaco, you know, doing your shellfish, and you know, both doors are like a flock of pigeons. Well, her movements weren't as regular as you. So when she finally got one, she was down at the Rabbit Hotel there doing one of her, you know, Tiff Travels kind of things. And she had to, and she'll not mind me telling you.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, there was no back doors in this girl. Like, she had to shit into a travel shower cap to take a sample. I know. I just like, you know, 2 nights in a row, like people are sharing their body movements with me. Like.
Living the dream, man.
Living the dream. Like, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Like,
So always been in sales.
Yes.
I would say probably so. As with most sales job, you kind of float about.
Yeah,
you float about, but you know, once you kind of hit your maximum capacity in one job, you've nowhere else to go, then people can turn to you a wee bit, and you're like, where are we wrong?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Politics kick
Exactly.
in.
Yeah. Well, so you kind of just float out a bit, and probably the most difficult sales role I've ever had.
Yeah.
Right. I worked for
Selling snowy Eskimos.
as bad enough.
Sand to the Arabs.
Exactly. Man. I worked for a company called Lynn Recruitment.
Recruitment.
Lynn Recruitment, probably my most enjoyable sales role.
Okay.
Met some really good people there.
Yeah.
Lifelong friends. People like, there was Rebecca, there was Chris, really good people. Robin. Robbie, I still remember their names, really good people, right? But the most difficult sales ever, because you know why? You're selling people. Your product is a person.
Wow.
See when you start, the product has a brain. That's whenever things bring the wrong with. Like, see whenever you bring someone in and you interview them and you send them to the potential employer and they interview them and they come back and say, I want to take that job, and then a day later they've had to think about it and take it.
Yeah. There's too much of a.
But that was the. So I've done business, consumer. I've done every project you think of. I've done stationery. I've done paper. I've done car parts. I've done car paint.
Spray
I've done
guns.
spray guns. I've done people.
Toilet roll.
I've sold people, and you've heard them say. I mean,
not a human traffic as well.
No, just people.
Because if you think about it, sales, you know your product, and you can sell the benefits, but trying to sell people, as in, like, people bullshit on their CVs. Do you know what I mean? What did you? Is there a story in there with someone's?
I couldn't. There's actually
There's people bullshit on their CVs at an extreme level.
Extreme. I mean, there's things I can't even say about it.
No way.
I couldn't say. No, I honestly, I couldn't say.
You know, a spray gun's a spray gun.
Yeah.
You can sell the benefits.
Yeah. I'll tell you off the camera.
Then I'll let you say no. But yeah, I would imagine that'd be difficult because your product's benefits are, you know, false. So, Jesus, you've been around.
Been around, man. A lot of and just to get where I am now, man, it's just really bad.
Yeah.
To totally move away from that, and eventually, like, no inclination at all of I had no business ever, and all of a sudden just
It happened. Divine intervention, you know.
Yeah.
But here's the thing too that I always touch on. I'm 42, now I'm 43, and I wouldn't go back. Would you go back?
no way.
I wouldn't go back, but
Not a chance. I was actually talking to Ronan during the week about a few things, and I'd said to him, "No, man, this is it for me. Like,
yeah.
If this doesn't work, like, I'm not going back to where I was." I said, "I'll like this.
It has to.
Do you know what I mean?" And And FitTribe is a risk.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Because I was working at Stephen Hunter Fitness, just doing one-to-ones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we moved into this kind of thing, FitTribe. But like, we like it.
Yeah, it's almost like life is just one big trial and error.
Yeah.
You know, if you engage, you know, because what's the what do you call the guy? Rich Roll. He was an alcoholic from a insanely wealthy family. You know, insanely wealthy people are advised that if your kid's an alcoholic, cut him off.
Yeah.
Because he'll like a parasite will go through your whole fortune.
Yeah.
So he was cut off, and then he got clean. But he basically he kind of made this quote famous, but he didn't coin it. That most men live a quiet life of desperation. You know, and I think that's so true. And that's why you have to engage, because that's when you learn what you like, what you don't like, what you're good at, what you're not good at.
Yeah.
And then you kind of that's why I always ask, would you go back?
Obviously not.
I wouldn't go back because I figured out what I like and what I don't like, and I've took risks and I've had a go, and I've failed 7 times and got on 8. But that's how eventually you'll fall into a sweet spot, But only if you engage in it. And if you don't engage, you are going to wake up at 50 or 60 and go and live that life of quiet desperation, where you're quietly regretful, because you get to about 50 and you haven't, found your place as such. It gets a bit harder. It's hard anyway.
Yeah.
Especially people didn't realise. I certainly didn't realise whenever I was hacking through your Facebook that your health. That's like a beer shortcut. But I wouldn't have thought for a second that you at 3 years of age, were basically diagnosed and have had that, added, struggle.
Yeah.
But because there's a lot of people out there that don't have that, and my advice to them is, get engaged. Get up and have a go, because it's not as bad as you think.
Yeah. But I've been fortunate to meet the right people, Gareth.
But again,
well.
it boils down to you too. You've done your bit, and what I mean by that is, there's the kind of theory, if you see a guy and his car's broke down, and he's just sitting there at the roadside, you don't stop and pull over. But if you're driving and you see him pushing the car on his own, you stop and you pull over and you help him push, don't you? So there's a lot of people out there who won't push their own fucking car when it's broke. You know what I mean? Whereas when you say you've been fortunate enough to meet the right people, what I see is those right people see you pushing and they stop and push with you. Do you know what I mean? So fair play to you, buddy. Fair play to you. So. The future. What is the future
for FitTribe?
Yeah.
So the future for FitTribe is we are looking at a second site. I don't want to say we're at a second site at just the moment.
Okay.
But we are looking at a second site.
Wow.
And we're looking to expand.
Now what's motivated this? Are you members? Are you capped out? Or do you need a bigger space? Or are you
just a bigger space and moving into a different area. We believe what we've created genuinely is unique.
Yep.
I know people use that word community quite a lot, but we actually have created a community gym.
Very good.
Our slogan is a gym we are a gym like no other, right? And we've created a community where people don't actually want to leave Gareth because it's so supportive. It's a supportive hub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
From the top down.
From the top down. Non-judgmental. All the trainers are great. Everybody's down to earth. So we've created this
Blueprint?
Yeah. Fantastic
blueprint.
Fantastic environment. And we believe we can scale that up and take it somewhere else. So the plan is that the future is that we're going to expand.
Yeah, because I believe if you're in business and you haven't got any ambitions to scale, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's part of the game.
Yeah. I mean, we have discussed about the option of eventually franchising FitTribe out.
Very good.
So letting people, no matter where they are,
Yeah.
take into the concept of what we do, creating that
Culture.
that culture, that community hub, that community feel, that supportive, non-judgmental environment in the gym where you come in and there's no egos.
Yes.
There's nobody's concerned what you're doing, but you're coming in and you're given a goal and target driven and
Support.
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 And that's what people. That's why people pay us. Right? We're in a part of the country, right? And where it's a pay-as-you-go culture, Gareth. Did you realise that?
Yeah.
See down where I'm from, it's pay-as-you-go.
Yeah.
We have broken that. We have broken that where people are coming in and paying the monthly fee into us and getting their money's worth, and that's a big thing for us, massive thing. Because we're up against places where you can just pay too quick.
Yeah, it's a transaction.
And the reason why we don't do that is accountability. You see, if you're paying £3 for a class, right? I'm just like, I'm not going to go anymore. I haven't paid for it. I'll turn up.
You're not invested.
You start investing in where you want to be. You will be there at every single class. Every single class, you will turn up because you're paid your hard-earned money for it.
Yeah.
So we want to try and take that, and I think down the line possibly go franchise that out.
That's exciting.
And get people to help you share the same passion as us, because there are people out there who do it,
Absolutely.
I'm not naive, think I'm the only one who has this passion for it.
No.
I know there are other people out there, and we're very fortunate that we've got a couple of PTs who've come in who share the exact same passion as what me and Ronan have about making it a place like no other gym.
Yeah.
Where you're coming in and you're getting value for your money. You're not walking into a gym
Faceless.
You're walking in, looking lost, doing a few leg presses, running 5 minutes treadmill and walking out.
You know, because you've got like your pure gyms and all, but they're faceless. You know, they're there's no character. You know, some of the gyms you go to, the independent gyms, let's say, you're getting trained by the guy that owns it. You know, there's something special about that. Like there really is. But no, but what excites me about that is franchising it. Like, how exciting is that? That would be insane. I would love to be sitting here in 5 years' time and that video just to blow up because people, you're the guy that has 50 franchises. Do you know what I mean? And then they start researching you, and they come across this video, and then it just blows up. Like, because he one of the most watched, you know Joe Rogan? Yeah. He does the podcast and carry on. One of his most viewed videos isn't all the, you know, like mega stars that he has on. It's his first video. And it's basically, his first video was basically literally the camera on the laptop videoing him trying to figure out how to just like set that up. Do you know what I mean? And putting a wee filter and a backdrop on and having I think he's chatting about his mate in the kitchen or something. Do you know what I mean? So no, I love that. I would love that to be, you know, the FitTribe.
I just try and like feed into people like I'm not being big-headed about me, but just from that what was seen as a insurmountable obstacle at the age of 3, you know, where doctors were saying he'll never do any physical activity.
That makes your story awesome.
It's not going to happen. He'll need to have a job working with his hands
in an office.
That's what it is. At the age of 3, that's what they said. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, he could have defined your whole life right there.
And going through all that and all the obstacles you face, you know, in primary school and in secondary school. Like I don't know about all the bullying because I had a really bad limp.
Kids are cruel.
Like you're limping and all that, and missing out on certain opportunities, you know, football where you're never going to pick for a team, but then getting to like, you know, I was in the BB and I played every single Saturday. It was fantastic. Getting through all that and getting to where I am now, and even opening a gym and then facing we still don't know what's going on. Like I'm still on going through various tests. I'm waiting on test results to come back, and I've been poked and prodded everywhere. To try and find out what's going on. We still haven't found out, but yet I'm still pushing to continue on and trying to get to the next stage of expanding and hopefully front second of the
I know, that would be
and
crazy.
I don't just having the right people around me.
It's so important having the right
Just,
people around
and
you.
even to go back to just to go back to just to pay credit to someone because
Absolutely.
like so my mother-in-law,
Yes.
right? Not everybody likes her mother-in-law. I do.
The monster-in-law.
She's totally excellent, right? And I remember whenever I first started out, whenever I decided I wanted to get into this, and I wanted to get into the industry, right?
Yeah.
And I think I think it was around maybe £400 or £500 for the level 2 course, and she paid for it.
Wow.
She's like, you know what? I'm gonna invest in you, Stephen. I'm gonna cover that.
Again, mate.
I'm gonna get you started.
Wow.
In that, right? And then going back to 2 years ago, where I don't want to mention his name because I haven't said him coming on. And
Yeah.
then this guy coming into my gym, 2 years ago when I was in Portadogo, I remember Gareth. I'd advertised I had 2 weeks of training available because someone was on holiday, so I put it on Facebook. Anybody want this for 2 weeks? Come in. And you have 2 weeks of training, right? It was prime time slots, and this woman contacts and says my husband is very interested in coming in.
Yeah.
He arrives in, so we trains for 2 weeks, and then he's like, I think I'll stay on. Do you have any slots? And I created slots for him. Didn't have a clue who he was.
Yeah.
Didn't have a clue. And he trained me for a year. And all of a sudden we began talking, and he's an investor.
No way.
And that is who got me started in the where I am now. And he's a business mentor.
Yeah.
I can phone him whenever I want.
Excellent.
And run through stuff and run through things, and he's always on the end of the phone. Always on the end of the phone. It's meeting those people in your life.
Yeah.
I mean, they can really, and I'm very fortunate, because I know there's people who don't have those opportunities.
No.
But from my mother-in-law who paid that
start
initial course to get me started.
Altered your path.
100%.
But again, I believe in that kind of analogy where if the guy's sitting beside a broken car, everyone drives past them, so you've definitely done a bit of pushing, and people are watching, and they were keen to help because they seen you doing your bit, absolutely. So that's credit to you. But yeah, so what do you think of the show? Did you have any preconceived ideas before you turned up? How do you think it's going?
I think it's going really well. I do have a wee bit of anxiety. Yeah. So it was really I
still unknown, but
it is, and there was a point about an hour ago where I thought, I wonder, should I knock? Do you know what I mean?
You second guessing yourself
and
enough.
I deliberately came down to a barbecue and banged her at my sister's house.
Oh, no, so you were going to pull out?
Yeah, just that thing in my head, thing in my head where I'm very nervous and very anxious.
Absolutely.
So I thought I'd get myself down to Bangor, I'll go to my sister's for a barbecue, I'm in the area, then I'm here, I'm not having to come from the sticks Portadogo. I'm nearly 5 minutes
driving with the dread.
But I've enjoyed it, I've really enjoyed it, and it's totally out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
It's funny because people wouldn't think that I would be what's the term I'm looking for? Introvert.
Yeah. I know.
But I am, and people think, like, my clients would be like, mate, you stand up in front of us like 8 people and you're like totally flat out, but that's because I need to do that to get them through a workout.
I know.
But see, outside that, I'm literally, I can know a housemate, and just...
Yeah, no, I again, people at home won't believe this, but, once upon a time I would have been very introverted, but it's only through, I would listen to that at Audible, then you get to know yourself.
Of course.
And again, you can, just because you're an introvert doesn't mean that you have to be defined by it. You can, I always say it, like, you can fall 7 times, get up 8. And for me, to sit here, meet strangers, put them at ease, put myself at ease, make it all kind of, safe and comfortable and, enjoyable. It doesn't happen overnight, but no, I get that anxiety. That's why I'm always grateful for people to come on, because not everybody has the bottle.
Yeah.
Because there's a camera facing at you. Do you know what I mean? And there's mics on.
There's things everywhere.
There's things everywhere. It's just, it is daunting. It's public speaking.
Yeah.
And all that jazz, like.
But I've enjoyed it. And hopefully so the people at home listen and kind of get something from it,
Yeah. But we don't realise it when we're telling stories. this is where I want this. I strive for it to be an education, you know, an entertaining kind of platform. Because even talking about the Ninja, you know, people are like, right, well, if I get that Ninja and that wee button, you know, I can start my wee healthy journey, or you know, just us sharing stories. People don't realise they're being educated, you know. And you know, I know for a fact people will get a lot out of this.
And I think just one more thing I want to say is that I really think that to see fitness in the gym, like 100%, it can make a massive difference in your life. Right?
Oh yeah.
And like, just I don't want to start getting too personal and like coming to the end, but like if you think about stuff that I've went through, Gareth, like,
Yeah.
like stuff like that.
Incredible, man.
But he health wise, but even you go back to back in the early 2000s where I went through a divorce. And it was a dark time.
Yeah.
A dark time. And you know what got me through it?
Wow.
Fitness, man.
Really?
Fitness in the gym.
Wow.
That's what got me through it. And
Gotcha.
if, I'm telling you, there's people sitting at home listening to this, male or female, and they're struggling mentally.
Yep.
Honestly, they are more than welcome. I don't care where they live.
Yeah.
They can pick up the phone to FitTribe.
Yeah.
And we'll get them down.
Yeah. So
You know what I mean?
where can people find you?
So-
Where can they find you? Is it all social media? Have you a website?
Yeah,
Is
so
there a mobile number,
it's
landline,
It's all
website,
social media,
FitTribe.com,
FitTribe.co.uk. Anybody who's listening to the show, if they want to come down to FitTribe, then they have a free trial.
Oh, correct. Yeah.
So it would be FitTribe.co.uk/trial.
Yep.
That will get them a 7-day trial of FitTribe.
Brilliant.
Anybody listening to the show can have it.
Perfect.
They can click on that link they've just said, sign up, no commitment, and come down and just do a couple of
And
classes.
you're there 6-7 days a week.
6 days a week.
24/7. I would
If
say.
I was 7 days a week, I'd have an divorce, mate. So 6 days a week is enough. 6 days a week enough. But yeah, just people just need to. You can't put a price. You can't overestimate how much being involved in a community gym can really help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I encourage it. That's what you want to do.
So that's your war cry for the day.
Yep.
Get down to.
It doesn't even matter if it's us.
Yeah.
Right? Because people listening to the show could be.
Oh, I know.
I mean, but
it goes far.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
people
yeah.
in Orange now English.
Ours,
It goes far. Like
3 mile radius.
Oh, mate, it's like crazy numbers. Like.
But get yourself down to the gym. It's only Port of Ferry, so we're only 20.
And it's a lovely drive on a day like that.
Nice
here.
drive.
Yeah.
Free trial. Get yourselves down. Enjoy the place. Get to meet us. Get to meet me, Ronan, a couple of other PTs.
Perfect.
And see exactly what we're doing.
Perfect. So that's the war cry for today. Get down to FitTribe.
Yeah.
Meet this absolute gentleman, and we're going to wrap things up, buddy.
Brilliant.
We are. I just, you know, I really enjoyed that, and thank you for your time.
That's my
man.
thing, mate.
You're
No problem.
an absolute gentleman.
Yeah, perfect.
So, how we going, my man? What do you got there?
It's good, mate. You, mate?
Hey! The kids are loving it.